Hey, what's up, guys? It's Ethan. Felt like I haven't been on here in a minute, man. Feels good to be back. Like I said, gonna be coming in hot with content again. I feel like one thing that I really wanted to start doing is start doing book summaries on here, right? So I read this really good book, Lessons I've Learned the Hard Way So You Don't Have to by Brad Lee or Brad Leah. Anyways, guys, this is a badass book. I highly recommend it, man. This book was amazing. So I did my own handwritten summaries on this. But guys, before we get into this though, I just want to kind of tell you guys what's been going on with me, and then we're going to jump into this video. So a lot has been going on for me lately. Life's been really good. Selling cars has been a lot of fun. Obviously, the dad life has been pretty fun. Staying in the gym consistently, training like 4 or 5 days out of the week. Boxing, it's been good. I'm hoping to fight again. Just really been having to focus on my money, kind of get my mindset right, kind of get everything right. So one thing I've been doing is I've been reading a lot, really been focused on myself, really focused on the grind. I really am going to come back hard on the YouTube channel and really start being consistent, because that's one thing that I know that I need to be doing is be consistent with my channel. Once I started being consistent, I started seeing more results. Once I started posting on shorts more often, once I started posting on videos more often, I really started to see my channel gradually growing. So we just need to keep climbing. We can't give up on our goals. So things have been really good on my part, during this whole entire time. It's been a grind. It's been staying focused. It's been staying disciplined. It's been staying on the course, making the right decisions, having the right habits and things like that. It's a little late, guys, but I really been wanting to upload for a long time now. So I'm going to make the time in. Probably tomorrow morning, I'm going to just kind of work on this video the next few days, and then upload, and then just keep the content coming. But that's all that's been going on with me, guys. If you guys haven't seen my videos yet, my name's Ethan Wroblewski. I make all types of videos, self-help videos, workout videos, motivational videos, self-help stuff, just all the good stuff, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do everything, with my boxing training, with my personal development, all the stuff that I've been doing. So if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys please drop a sub. It's going to help me a lot, and let's just keep climbing. But anyways, guys, I just want to get right into this book summary, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I will talk to you guys in the next video. All right, so the first part he talks in this book, it's always better to learn from someone else's mistakes. For me, I feel like that I've had to learn my own mistakes, but there was a lot of people in my life that I learned from their mistakes. My parents are both recovering alcoholics, and my parents are doing great for themselves, and I'm very proud of them. They're, together, they're doing really good for themselves. But one thing that I seen my parents growing up, I seen how they were, and with alcoholism and things like that, I knew that I couldn't go down that path. I had a lot of family members that were battling drug alcohol addiction, which is one of the reasons why I never got into it in the first place. So sometimes learning from other people's mistakes is good, so you don't have to go down that path. My dad always kind of said, sometimes you got to go there to not go there. And that's kind of what my dad said about his alcohol addiction and things like that. So sometimes learning from other people's mistakes is the best move. So he talks about one thing in here, the million dollar morning. Hell, 30 minutes minimum, any type of workout, no time, wake up earlier, relationships, 5 people a day. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. Each morning, your task is to identify 5 people you can text or email throughout the day. Focus on building relationships. Money, 5 things that drive revenue. Mind, 15 minutes a day of new information. Work in the now, embrace the now. I think that this one's easier said than done. I think that for me, being in the car business, I've really implemented that a lot. Any person that I talk to, I shake their hand, because knowing that the business can come back, it could be repeat business, and you respect people and they respect you. And so that's one thing that I know and I'm aware of. And then the money thing, the 5 things that drive revenue, when you're working, focus on the things that are going to build income for yourself. And working in the now, embrace the now. I think that this is one thing that I've really had to work on, is being present, because tomorrow's gonna come, hopefully, because again, tomorrow is not promised. There's no tomorrow. So just embrace the moment, embrace the present, and forget the past, because the past has already happened, and the present is eventually going to become the past. So it's just let's just keep climbing, and let's focus on the now and do what we're supposed to do right now. Gauge yourself. Anytime you are feeling you're not getting what you want, zero in on 5 key areas, and it'll resolve your issue: your mindset, your map, your emotions, your measurements, and your money. change your perspective, change the way you think, change your life, express daily gratitude. I think that this one is easier said than done, but just being grateful, and one thing that I remember, Brad Leia or Bradley, I honestly don't know if it's Brad Leia or Bradley, but one thing he was talking about is that like two people can be in the same exact position, right? In the same exact situation, right? And the one person is gonna think like negative, and then one person's going to think positive about it, right? And that's what you need to do, stay positive. It's easier said than done, but look at the perspective. If you're going through some adversity, let it be like an opportunity to grow. Know it's temporary, because you're going to grind and you're going to make it happen, and you're going to keep your head up and you're going to keep climbing. You know what I mean? Life's going to throw a lot of situations at us, but the best thing that we can do is just have good perspectives on everything. Marcus Aurelius says that the soul becomes dyed with color of its thoughts. James Allen in As a Man Thinketh, he talks about, really that your thoughts are what you are. And it is very true. Like yourself. Forgive yourself for the years of procrastinating, lying, and doubting yourself. So one thing that I think happens to a lot of people, I feel like sometimes, is that I feel like that they end up like holding grudges on themselves, and they hold the resentment for themselves, for like not pursuing their goals, not chasing their dreams. And I feel like that it becomes very detrimental to them, because like they take it out on other people too. You know what I mean? So like if there's goals and there's mistakes that you've made in the past, you got to forgive yourself and keep moving forward. And you still have lots of time. There is no tomorrow, but you still have a lot of time to make it up and make things happen, and make those things happen that you didn't make happen in the past. You still have time. All right, good morning, guys. Just woke up. I slept really good, had a really good night's rest. Definitely needed it. Yesterday was a really long day, so I just wanted to get straight into this video and just go where we left off. So the Sacred Six, the 6 things you need to do to fix the relationship with yourself. Apologize and forgive yourself. Commit. You have to commit to say what you are going to do. If you don't, it'll chip away at your self-esteem. 3, rack up some wins. Set 5, 10 daily wins you can achieve. Do this consistently and it'll build confidence. Get rid of the idiots. If they aren't encouraging you and supporting you, let them go, even if they are close. Map out and visualize. Your subconscious mind hears what you tell it to hear and sees what you make it see. Don't say gonna be. Have a crystal clear picture of what your dream is like. Keep seeing yourself in the life you want until you get it. Seek new information. If you haven't accomplished what you are trying to accomplish, it is because you don't have the information you need to make it happen. A lot of this stuff is like so important, because I felt like that, even me, like the whole seeking new information every day, like that's been a big thing that I've been doing every single day, learning every single day, visualizing, getting rid of the people that don't support you. Sometimes that could even be your own family members, you know what I mean? And rack up the wins every day, build the things that are going to make you confident in yourself, and, make you know that you can succeed, and commit to those goals. So this was a good, these are really good rules, and we're going to move on to the next. Good things come to those who make good things come. You can't sit around and expect good things to happen to you. You know what I mean? Like the world doesn't owe us anything. So for us, I feel like that, knowing that, and it makes us get more aggressive with our dreams, knowing that the only way it's going to happen is if we make it happen. And that's one thing I've really been thinking a lot about for myself, like no one's going to come to save you. Everybody's had a hard life. Everybody's had a hard upbringing. Let's just, go out there and let's go make it happen for ourselves, because like we got to want success for ourselves, because that's really who matters, is us, because like I said, the world doesn't owe us anything, so we got to go out there in the mud and go get it. The more you do, the more you get. I feel like that this is pretty simple advice. The more you put in, the more you're gonna get, right? Lying never pays in the long run. It always catches up to you. Be authentically you. I think that this is really important, because nothing good comes from lying. You know what I mean? Like if you mess up, admit it, because honesty is really going to get you in a lot less trouble and deal with a lot less problems if you're just honest. Like if you genuinely made a mistake, or be honest about something, like if maybe even if you're a little embarrassed, just be honest. Lying's not good. It's not a good quality. It's just good to be honest with yourself and not lie, and not lie to other people as well. Tell the truth, be honest, don't lie, be authentic, know who you are and what you believe. I feel like that this is like super important. You know, I think the person that you need to be the most honest with in a lot of times is yourself. All right, I'm just going to read it out so it's accurate. Lose your patience when you want to build success and build your dream life. Don't be patient when you want something in life. Don't be patient. You know, that's kind of one thing that I felt like that I've done, which is probably why my goals didn't come true. Because, you know, when it's like your livelihood and when it's like serious goals, you're going to build urgency on it. You know, there ain't going to be no waiting next year, 5 years from now. You're going to make it happen now. You know, and that's the thing, is like that a lot of our goals really can come true now. You know, if like we just put in the work and we just get after it. But lose your patience, lose that patience. You know, just be like, hey, I'm not gonna freaking wait. I'm gonna make it happen for myself. And when you make it happen for yourself, just watch the improvements that are gonna happen. To be successful, you must change. You know, like there's a saying that they say all the time, you know, nothing changes if nothing changes. And I think it's very true. Like, I think that like to be more, you have to change. Like, clearly there's something that you need to change if you want to be better, like if you want your life to improve. So that is one thing that he was saying in this book. And I thought that it was really cool when he was talking about that.
All right, guys, it was kind of a headache, but I was trying to figure out what was going on with my mic. I was trying to fix it. I unmuted it. I was like, I got to look all this up and see how to do it. But anyways, if you want to get everything you want out of life, you're going to need other people. Build a personal brand. The highest form of communication is being able to effectively sell, close, and persuade. Learn to listen. Relationships are the new currency. There's nothing more valuable than relationships. Make friends and be friends. Read how to win friends and influence people. Make time each day to invest in your relationships. Having strong relationships in sales is one of the most valuable assets you can have. He says it in the book, but your network is your net worth. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. So I've been really thinking about this saying quite a bit. Fears of what people think hold you back on so many levels. They respect themselves and their own opinion more than the opinion of other people. Nobody is worth more. Don't compare yourself. Prepare yourself. You are the only person who needs you. Raise your self-worth. A lion is not concerned with the opinion of sheep. Life is a series of choices. The better your choices, the better your life. Don't be afraid to lose. Don't be afraid to take chances. Get out there and build the life you deserve, because at the end of the day, it's just a choice. The essential 8, mindset. Your mindset is determined by your beliefs. To change your mindset, you need to change your beliefs. Open to new information every day and change your mindset. Master your discipline. Master your mindset. Discipline. Discipline is simply controlling your inner voice. The hard shit is what causes most people to quit, and that is why most people never succeed. Discipline is what allows you to do the hard shit, and the hard shit is what gets you paid beyond what most people get paid. Habits. Habits will literally determine your outcome. The habits you form and the habits you break will literally determine how your life plays out. Take inventory of your habits. Resources. Focus on relationships. The 3 C's are congratulate, compliment, and console. What he said is that if you don't know what to say, this is what you say. Skills. You must have and acquire certain skills to become successful. Kill sets. Get great at these skills. Sales, marketing, communication, personal branding, social media. Relationships. The more hands you shake, the more money you make. The most important relationship to have is the one you have with yourself. I think that's some bars right there. We're almost done. Your network is your net worth. Roadmap, visualize your success. The more clarity you have, the better. Know everything about it. Knowledge, never stop learning. Knowledge is a resource only a fool travels without. Don't waste years not reading, speaking, and writing. Just make sure you learn new things every day. Stop procrastinating. Tomorrow is never promised. It's the #1 dream killer. Be kind to people. Win the relationship, and don't allow money to be the main priority. Get it in writing. Always get agreements in writing. Own your shit. Be proud of who you are to succeed in life. You need to be a good person. Confidence is 2 things: having a good opinion of yourself and the memory of winning. Nobody is better than you. Take responsibility and always do what you say you're going to do. Real success that lasts is built on taking responsibility for everything you do. You are the only one responsible for your success. Momentum is a force multiplier. Choose to be successful. The choices you make determine the road you take. Success is a choice. Take action with those choices. You control everything because you control your reactions and your choices. Ask yourself how. Your life is made up of choices you make. Do more, get better, scale. To get more, do more. Get better every day. Do more plus get better plus scale equals get more. Be prepared. Best time to get prepared is daily. Ask, how can I prepare for this? Have great credit. Areas you want to be more prepared for: physical, financial, emotional, spiritual. You need to believe that everything around you and everything that happens to you is within your control. How to toughen up your mindset. The biggest differentiator amongst successful people and everyone else is their refusal to quit. Don't see problems as problems. Look at it like a puzzle and you are looking for the piece to solve it. Get your money mindset right. You need to focus on money and stop running from it. Money is a tool. Focus on what other people are saying. Don't value money over relationships. Relationships is what will make money long term. What makes a great salesperson and closer? Be positive, have confidence in your abilities, and be quick to notice and understand. Prepare before it's time to execute. Be intentional, be prepared. Sales is a process. A sale can be broken down in 7 steps. Preparation, introduction, gather intelligence, build value, ask for the sale, close the deal, indoctrination. The best customers and clients are ones that stay around and refer you to others. Don't forget to ask for referrals.
Hard work is not the answer. It doesn't pay, and the harder the work physically, the less likely you're going to get rich. So usually like those hardworking jobs, or a lot of them, a vast majority of the time, are minimum wage jobs. I mean, it's true. You know, like blue collar workers, everybody that are working, like police, you know, things like that, they're all needed. But a lot of the time, you know, like in commission based jobs, you know, they could pay a lot more, and you know, people think that you know, you're not working hard, but you're working smart and you're working hard. Win-win. Always make sure you make win-win deals. Whatever you do in life needs to be a win for everyone involved. Learn to sell, close, influence, and persuade. Make it a top priority. You've been selling since you were young and don't even realize it. If you get good at sales, you'll never be broke. I think that this is really important because I've been in car sales for almost a year now. And, you know, I don't think anyone's telling you that, you know, you can make a lot of money in sales if you get really good at it. But for me, like, I was like, dang, bro, I wish that I knew about this 4 years ago, because I'm 22 now. And I was like, bro, if I got into car sales right out of high school, oh man, I would already be where I want to be at. So like, consider sales jobs, you know. And if you are like introverted, or like you're like, I'm not a people person, man, I just generally think that's an excuse, man. Because for me, I'm an introvert, man. I'm a keep to myself kind of guy. I'm in bed before midnight every single night. I don't party, I don't drink. I'm a quiet guy. Sometimes I don't like going in the store. I'm just a keep to myself kind of guy. But I like, Andy Elliott kind of says that essentially you're like an actor. You know, when you're like high enthusiasm, high energy, you know, you're really outgoing, like that's kind of like a role you play, you know what I mean? Like, even if you're not really that, because I would actually kind of consider myself an introvert, you know, even though I work in sales, I have to be very extroverted and talk a lot. Usually that's just like, you know, how it needs to be. So, you know, if you say that, oh, I'm an introvert, I'm not a people person, this is a skill that you can develop. It's anything you could work on. It's just kind of like working a muscle, essentially.
All right, guys, that was my book summary of The Hard Way by Brad Lea. It was a great read. I'm going to be reading some more books and doing more book summaries on the channel. But like I said, guys, I got to just, you know, start being consistent with this channel and just keep climbing. Be consistent. You know, the magic you are looking for is in the work you're avoiding. So I remember that all the time. So I'm going to be consistent with the channel. We're going to keep climbing and just, you know, learn as we go. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and sub. I'm going to be making a lot more other content as well. I want to be making my training videos, you know, my book summaries, my personal development videos. I even thought some like vlogs would be pretty fun too, but we're going to keep climbing. I figured that I'd make this video at work. It's a slow day today at work. We got some roads blocked off due to construction. So, you know, there's been a lot less lot traffic and everything, and a bunch of the guys are off today. So there's only 2 guys, including me, at work today. So I'm just going to enjoy the day and have a good day. But anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching this video. Highly recommend this book to read it and do your guys' own notes. But otherwise, guys, make sure to sub, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.